There's Birdman. How we doing, buddy?
What's going on, Wheels? How was Christmas?
It was all right, man.
Yeah.
Didn't get exactly what I wanted, but such is life.
Yeah, man.
I like the Bucky shirt.
Yeah. You mentioned that last episode.
So you love that place.
Yeah, I love it.
Don't they have like 115 gas pumps, or something stupid like that?
Yep. Like
is that
the one
like
near
Texas?
me, I think has 120.
Really?
Yeah. So there's 120.
And there are times where there's like full, like enough people there pumping gas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So on two sides of the building, right, and it's 2 rows. So each lane is really 4 because it's 2 up top, 2 here, right, and it's 2 huge rows of that, and then it's along the side too. It's fucking crazy. No tractor trailers allowed in that place at all.
Out back, or they don't have...
Not allowed in the park.
They're not truck stops at all?
No.
Dude, if Texas could remove 2 ribs and suck its own dick, it would.
It certainly would.
Yeah.
I saw a meme that said, Texans love Texas like Kanye loves Kanye.
Exactly
you know how Kanye just fucking loves himself? Like,
yeah, or like T.O., I love me some me.
Yeah, like crazy.
Remember T.O. said that?
Yep.
All right, well... Happy post-holidays. We're coming up on New Year's, right? Kind of a fun time.
It's crazy that we're really staring down the barrel of 2022. Like, shit just keeps flying by. It's nuts.
Can we just not have pandemics anymore? Like,
I know.
I'm done with that.
Yeah.
In our first episodes, I feel like I had to have a mask on just to talk to you over the internet.
Yeah, I know.
But here we are.
Yeah.
I digress. So, RankEmz, welcome back. Episode, what are we on?
15.
15. Everybody knows the format. I don't know the subject of the night. I'm going to learn it here in a second. I bet it's going to be stupid, and I bet I'm going to be right. So hit us.
All right. So, one thing I've kind of spent a lot of time doing these last few weeks is sitting on my ass, eating a lot of food, and watching some holiday movies.
Perfect.
Right? So around Thanksgiving, you have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. For Christmas, you have, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You have Elf. You ever see Scrooged with Bill Murray?
Yeah.
That's a great one. That's one of my favorites.
Also, going back to Elf real quick. That's a good one.
Yeah. Tons of Christmas movies, right? One thing that's always kind of discussed around this time is whether or not Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm personally, don't get me wrong, I love the movie. I am in the camp that it is not a Christmas movie.
Oh, well, okay.
But
I'm a yes. Why not? It's Christmas time.
Yeah, when it was released, it was released in July. It was a summer blockbuster. It happens to be set during Christmas time. I just don't feel like it's a Christmas movie. But
all right, well, we're going to rank that because, I disagree and I win. Moving on.
So, with that, it got me kind of really thinking about a national treasure of ours here in the United States. That's Mr. Bruce Willis. And at least so I thought. Turns out, old Brucey boy was born in Germany.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but to a German mom and an American soldier father, so he is an American citizen.
At least, a little American semen in there.
He is I can still consider him an American national treasure. When he was 2, his family relocated to the armpit of America, New Jersey. So
beautiful man.
Beautiful man. Beautiful bald head.
Who can pull off the bald head better than Bruce Willis? Nobody. That's the answer.
He's been doing it for a long time too.
Has he ever had hair? Or was he just born without it?
Yeah. Now, do you ever remember? I think the show it was a TV show called Moonlighting. I'm pretty sure he had hair there.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. But I get off topic.
Bruce Willis.
Today's topic is our favorite Bruce Willis movies. So I selected 5 movies where he had a starring or a co-starring role. Now, these are not going to be the most critically acclaimed, but these are just 5 that I like that I picked, right? And like I said,
I already know my number 1. You haven't said a word.
He's already starring or a co-starring role. So in no particular order, give you some time here. We got Die Hard, definitely mention that one. We have The Sixth Sense. We have Armageddon, Unbreakable, and The Fifth Element. Did you get all 5?
Die Hard, Sixth Sense, Armageddon, Unbreakable,
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element.
So, like always, I'll give you a little bit of time to kind of jot down your rankings. I'm going to give a little background on each of these films. The topic started with Die Hard. This is kind of a reason that we're ranking this idiot's movies. So,
You call me idiot? You already tell us how you really feel.
It's national treasure, 1988 action movie that follows Detective John McClane as he flies to LA to visit his estranged wife at her company Christmas party at the Nakatomi Plaza. Somehow John McClane is not taken hostage as the villain Hans Gruber takes over. This movie originally had a budget of $35 million and ended up making $141 million, becoming the 10th highest grossing film in 1988. Many consider this to be one of Bruce Willis's biggest roles. It kind of like shot him into stardom land. It was one of his first kind of major starring roles. Number 2 is The Sixth Sense, a 1999 thriller that follows Malcolm Crowe, a child psychologist, as he works with Cole Sear, a 9-year-old. This was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and filmed in Philadelphia. The Sixth Sense was a huge success, raking in over $670 million, making M. Night Shyamalan a household name. Number 3, Armageddon, 1998 sci-fi disaster movie directed by Michael Bay. This movie centers around Harry Stamper, who's the owner of an oil drilling company. Harry and his company men are tapped to lead an expedition to a life-ending asteroid to save the planet. There was a star-studded cast, which included Ben Affleck and Billy Bob Thornton. It grossed over $500 million at the box office and was a huge summer blockbuster.
Did you call him a Fleck?
It's Ben Affleck, I know.
I was just verifying that it wasn't a slip up. Okay.
Then we had Unbreakable. It's a 2000 comic book / superhero movie about David Dunn, who is unharmed after a horrific train accident. He later realizes his super abilities like super strength, lack of injuries, and extrasensory perception. Like The Sixth Sense, this was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and shot in and around Philadelphia. And lastly, we have The Fifth Element. It was a 1997 sci-fi movie starring Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. Bruce plays Corbin Dallas, and Mila plays the Fifth Element character of Lilo. One of the most memorable things about this movie is the bandage suit that Lilo wears. This movie was a box office success, bringing in over $260 million at the time. So with that, a little bit of background on each of these. I think it's time to get to rankings. So, Wheels, what do we have at 5?
This list sucks. I love you. No, I don't. No, I hate both these things, you and this list. Armageddon, 5.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to be so good, and it sucked. And it did have Ben Affleck. And I remember it was the first, I know what to buy my dad, for Christmas as a child. Not a child. How old were we? 19, 20 when this came out?
98, so I think 16.
Yeah, so I got him the DVD. And I think it's still at his house, wrapped in saran wrap. It never opened. Right? It was the first time a DVD ever got bought. Yeah, total flop. Never really watched more than a quarter of it. And
you're missing out.
I didn't even really realize that Bruce Willis was in it. I thought it was a Ben Affleck movie. So I'm going number 5 on that piece of shit.
I think you're wrong, but that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. It sucks, but number 5, Fifth Element. I may have seen this movie one time. It's all I needed. I'm definitely not a huge sci-fi guy. This one just definitely didn't do it for me. Mila Jovovich being half naked didn't even save this movie for me. Easy number 5. It's not very memorable. I mean, I do remember it. I do remember some of the plot. People were kind of hunting her, and they needed to get her to safety, and I don't know. Dumb movie.
This has to be the closest to we have ever agreed ever.
Okay.
Number 4, Fifth Element. And the only reason it wasn't 5 is because she was kind of hot.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just call it like it is, right? We're only human. You know what I mean? Sorry, Mom. But
you're the sci-fi guy. I thought you might have had this one a little higher.
Yeah, but I mean, I like sci-fi movies that don't suck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This one was kind of a fucking boner job from the beginning. I got it pulled up here. Gary Oldman was in it too. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
Ugh. Just
he was the other, like, I guess, marquee name.
Gary Oldman. Yeah, so we're gonna go. That was one of the closest ones we've ever agreed on. Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Get it out of here.
All right. Number 4, Unbreakable for me. I do love that it was filmed in Philadelphia. So there's something about, like, being able to kind of recognize some of the scenes. Like, I do love that. The only problem was the movie was dumb. Like, I feel like I disliked the plot. I do think Samuel L. Jackson was kind of a good villain in it. He's a good actor. I get that. The characters pretty much bugged me. Bruce's character was stupid. I hated the son that was kind of like egging him on to like lift more, and he's like, you know, kind of telling him like, yo, you're a fucking superhero. Also, it's in the superhero type genre, which is not my favorite. If it wasn't filmed in Philadelphia, this would probably be number 5, and Mila would have pushed Fifth Element to 4. But being from Philly, being shot in Philly, it took that one over Mila. So Unbreakable number 4, not difficult for me.
This list, in your defense, while it sucks, is also good because we're like the most in agreement ever.
Yeah,
I think we've ever been in this. Because I got Unbreakable at number 3 now.
Okay.
And only because I remember there was an open casting where like people, like friends of ours, were allowed to go to this open casting. And I think they were in like some of the scenes or whatever. And I'm a Philadelphia M. Night Shyamalan homer. So
Yeah.
I just am. The guy sucks. He's had one or two good movies ever, and like 13 or 20 trash movies, but like lives down the street. So I gotta love the guy. He has courtside seats at the Sixers. A guy I know works for him every once in a while, maybe once a season. I'll get a call. Maybe I can go sit courtside. So I don't want to trash the guy, right? You know, you don't bite the hand that feeds. But the point is, the movie was dog shit. The only reason I liked it is because it was in Philadelphia. Yep. And again, I forgot that Bruce Willis was even in it. So, number 3. It's the only reason it's high on the list because put me courtside, M. Night.
Yeah.
Do you have a first name or is it just the M period? I don't even know. Christ.
All right.
Love you though.
Number 3 for me, Die Hard. It is a great action movie. I definitely recently watched this over the Christmas holiday. It's kind of what got me thinking about this particular topic. John McClane is an iconic character. It's not only a movie, it became a movie franchise that currently has 5 films. There were definitely some recent, like as of like 2018, 2019 talks of doing a 6th movie. But over COVID, it seems like all of that, at least the research I was doing, seems like that movie's probably been shelved. It's a great overall action in the first movie. Hans Gruber, played by the late Alan Rickman, was a fantastic villain.
Oh, he's dead?
Yeah, he died. He also played Snape. Was it Snape in Harry Potter's?
How did he die? Did Bruce Willis shoot him in the face in the 4th one or something?
No, I don't know. I think
I shouldn't be a dickhead.
No.
God rest his soul. I shouldn't be a dick, but it was a
Alan
joke.
Rickman. Alan Rickman was great.
Oh, that's right. He was a Harry Potter guy. Yeah.
To end, my RankEmz of this movie, all I have to say is, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. What an iconic line. Like, as a kid seeing that, I remember, like, thinking, wow, how cool was that line? Like, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Unreal. Loved it.
2 things here. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah.
3 things, I guess. 2, it's a Christmas movie. Period. 3, to call back to one of our previous episodes, TGIF, Carl Winslow was in it.
Yes. Was he the guy at the front desk?
Was he the driver, the limo driver? I forget. No.
No, he was just a cop. He was a cop he was an LAPD cop that was talking to him on the phone.
Okay, just another cop.
Yep.
Either way, Carl Winslow. I think I ranked Family Matters number 1 on that episode. I can't remember at this point, but I think so.
I'm not entirely sure, but that sounds familiar.
We don't know what the hell we're talking about anyway.
No.
So
I don't remember what I said yesterday. So
moving on. Die Hard, fantastic movie. Bruce Willis was at his finest, I think.
Is this your 2?
Yeah, did I say I said that right? 2. This is number 2.
Okay.
I pulled it up right here. Yes, Christmas movie. Yes, you said one of the best action movies of all time?
I said great action movie.
But it can't be a great action movie and also be his 3rd best movie because he's an action hero. That's what he is. And the video games were pretty good, if you remember, on PlayStation and stuff.
Do you remember there was an actual arcade game that I think the PlayStation version was a port of the arcade game? It was good.
Because you were going up the floors and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah. So not to pull video games back into the mix here, but that was the thing for me. Great video game on the PlayStation. I think he had just decided that, like, fuck it, I'm not going to grow my hair back. I'm just going to go bald and own it. And that was, he pulls it off better than anyone can. We also knew a guy that we named Kevin Willis in Penn State. He worked at the supermarket or whatever, but he looked just like him. So we just told everybody it was Bruce Willis's brother, just to try to get girls to kiss us or whatever we did back then. Spitting image, but yeah, Die Hard, great movie, great franchise, great video game, great Christmas movie.
Yeah, like I said, I get that. I don't think that it is a Christmas movie, but I will.
Well, it's a movie and it's at Christmas, so whatever, bro.
Yeah, but it was released in July. Like, it was not set as a Christmas movie. It just the setting.
Nobody cares when a movie's released. They care about the time that it's set in.
That's fine.
Moron.
If it was a Christmas movie, then why are people going to the theater to watch it in the summer? It's a summer blockbuster. Whatever.
You've never watched Christmas Vacation in March?
No.
All right, you're definitely the dumbest guy of the two of us.
Number 2, you'll disagree with this one. Armageddon.
It's Armageddon.
Of the movies on that we're kind of ranking, this is by far the worst that has the worst critical reception. It's currently at 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. But with that, for 1998, I loved this as a Michael Bay popcorn summer movie.
Was it the one where they had a meteor coming and they had to put a nuclear bomb in it or something?
Yeah. There was action, some suspense, some romance, some redemption. It really had it all. Bruce didn't have to carry the whole movie. You had Billy Bob, you had Ben Affleck, Liv Tyler.
Who's the girl? Was it Mick
Liv
Jagger?
Tyler.
Or Liv Tyler? Yeah, okay. I said Mick Jagger. No, but I meant...
Fucking Buscemi was in it.
Really?
Yeah. This is definitely not in the running for number 1, but I think this was an easy number 2. When I kind of thought of this list, I wouldn't say it's an easy number 2. Die Hard had a shot, but if I'm going to watch a movie right now, I could watch Armageddon more than one time in a year.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this wrench in the works. Liv Tyler, most overrated babe of all time.
No, I don't think that's true.
She's up there.
Jennifer Garner.
Oh, What's in Your Wallet?
Yeah.
Oh, and she was also in what was
13
the one
going
where?
on 30.
No, he was running around the world. It was Tom Hanks was in it, and the other heartthrob guy. Catch me if you can.
She was in that?
I think so. Yeah, she's overrated, man. Remember That Thing You Do?
I'm just saying, you're saying Liv Tyler is the number 1 over. I would put Jennifer
remember
Garner.
Remember That Thing You Do?
Yeah.
She was in that, and then she was the elf thing in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going down a rabbit hole here, but
Yeah, you're wrong on that one.
She needs to stay the hell out of around here.
Yeah, wrong on that one again. Weird.
All right. Well,
looks like we.
Do we
looks
agree?
like we're going to be hitting on number 1s here together, so we might as well just talk about it.
This isn't only one of the greatest Bruce Willis movies of all time. This is one of the movies I like more. This is probably in my top 23 movies of all time.
Yeah, it's a top 25. I agree with you 100%.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. Possibly the best twist of all time.
It has to be. I mean, that's M. Night Shyamalan's whole thing, right? He wants to have the curveball, but once you show your pitch that you're a curveball thrower, all of a sudden, everybody's not going to believe you after that. So this was like his first like real curveball.
Yeah.
I like a couple M. Night movies. A couple of them suck. Also, for the record, I want those courtside seats, so I like them all. You know, go M. Night.
Yep.
Go Sixers. But this is definitely his best piece of work. And I think also Bruce Willis's best movie.
Yeah, listen, Bruce was great. I think Haley Joel Osment was great. You know, the I see dead people. That's
How do you get a kid?
iconic movie frame.
I have a 6-year-old daughter. How do you get a kid to like act that well? Like
I don't
you
know.
just promise them donuts every night, or like ice cream. You can have ice cream after the scene. How do you get them to like do that?
They have to have a passion for it. They probably went through a little bit of training. Yeah, I don't know.
Fantastic movie.
Dude, like I said, it's not the best movie of all time. It's in the top tier, but possibly the best twist. That twist is if those watching got to see that movie without it being spoiled, you still remember it, and it was a memorable experience. Not just a memorable movie, but you probably remember where you were, where you saw it, who you saw it with. It was unbelievable. Like I got to see that unspoiled, and it was fantastic. I rented it on VHS.
It's a mind fuck, and I would go so far as to say if you watch it again, it still gets you because your brain is not, even though you know it's coming, it still gets you.
Yeah. And the cherry on top, it was filmed in Philly. You know, like in and around Philadelphia.
I couldn't know. It was as soon you didn't even tell me the list, and I said I already know number one.
Oh,
Remember earlier? That was it.
Yeah, and this was. I knew we were going to agree on this one. It's kind of fun when we agree sometimes. This movie definitely made me an instant fan of M. Night Shyamalan, and then I saw his movie The Happening, and then that was short lived. Like that definitely.
Was that Marky Mark?
Marky Mark and New Girl.
The plants are like doing something.
The plants are killing you.
I didn't hate The Village.
Oh, I like The Village.
Did not hate. And that was
filmed over by Cosart Road.
Yeah, it's right by. I live right here. For the don't anybody on like the podcast come shoot me or whatever. But isn't like Cleft Palate Phoenix in that one, or is it? No, that was Signs.
No, he was in both.
Yeah, he was, and Mel Gibson was in Signs. Signs wasn't bad.
I like Signs too. I have a signed, signed movie poster. M. Night Signs.
But we lose a bet. How'd you get that? Or
no, I got it. I got it at a raffle. I won it at a raffle.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm an M. Night fan. The Happening was awful. Marky Mark and Zooey Deschanel.
She's a babe, though.
Yeah, of course.
Not even just a babe. Like, she's the one that, like, I just like her. Like, I think we'd be friends in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just being weird now.
Sixth Sense. So as you're thinking, Bruce Willis here, do you have any honorable mentions? I have two.
Bruce Willis honorable mentions. Why don't you start?
I'll shoot mine out. So one is not a starring role, but he was involved heavily. Do you remember Look Who's Talking with Kirstie Alley and Travolta?
I know the movie. I didn't know who was in it.
He was the voice of the baby.
That's a really good honorable mention. I would never have pulled that out of my ass.
Yeah, voice of the baby. And then on the action movie side, Last Boy Scout with Damon Wayans.
Oh, yeah. Remember that? Where the guy had the gun. He was running for the end zone and shooting everybody.
So, like, I don't know the exact, I didn't look up the year that came out. It's like when we were like 14, 15, 13, that kind of like young teen years.
Oh, we were younger than that. I remember one of our friends that shall remain nameless that was half Hawaiian. And we were over another guy's house that was really tall, named Ron. We were over at his house, and Evan told us that like it was a fine movie, whatever, it was rated R, and we put it in, and the parents like, the first scene was like a topless woman, and the second scene was like this guy shooting people going down the end zone, and they shut it off, like, stop it, we're not watching this anymore. So anyway, we got in trouble for watching that when we were like 12.
All right, so 12, yeah, but it's like those, it's like right at the era where all that stuff was like awesome for us. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I might go watch that tonight.
Last Boy Scout, that's a That's an underrated one, but it's kind of an honorable mention that I thought of.
You say the word last. This is a total curveball, and I'll shut up. But Last Action Hero was queued up on my, I don't know, Netflix or whatever I got on the plane last time. But remember that one? Schwarzenegger and the Desert Eagle and the young kid. And it was like...
I like it.
It was a fourth wall thing where he was like real and not real.
Yeah.
I'm going to go downstairs and watch... I'm going to watch that tonight.
I don't know if it's the opening scene, but it's like the mobster's funeral, and like the body is like attached to the crane, and they're all like, there's a million mobsters shooting at him, and he gets away. Yeah, I remember that movie. It comes
through the actual like movie screen at one point.
Yep.
Man, we talk about some bullshit, don't we?
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for being here. RankEmz.
What'd you think about the topic? 15.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love me some Bruce Willis. Like I said, I think
Armageddon's a dog shit movie. Come on.
It is. There's something that's like so likable about that one for me. I really enjoy it. I'm being serious. It's not like a joke number 2 for me.
But you said it was, when we talk about like flops and it made $500 million, like at what point do you call it an actual flop if it made that much money?
Oh, I know. Because it's a summer.
No, it's a critical flop. It's not a financial flop.
It's a Michael Bay movie.
But at the same time, just real quick, what's his name? Affleck?
Mm-hmm.
Pearl Harbor or Armageddon? Which one is the bigger, like, why did I bother watching this movie?
Oh, Pearl Harbor. I dislike that movie. Is it because it's also with who's the other main character besides Ben Affleck in there?
Can't think of it.
Oh,
I don't know. But either way, it was like they were like these. How did he how did he turn his career around after like Good Will Hunting and then a bunch of dog shit, and then he's like Batman again?
Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, Josh Hartnett. Yep. What a fucking.
Also,
loser.
I'm looking here. Pearl Harbor, 3 hours, 3 minutes. That's torture. I'd watch Armageddon 2 times back to back rather than one Pearl Harbor, start to finish.
I don't even think the bombing of Pearl Harbor took 3 hours.
It was really bad. That movie sucked.
Too soon? Sorry. My bad. All right, well, why don't you wrap us up here? I'm sorry for everyone that was at Pearl Harbor. I was just kidding.
All right. Well, thanks, Wheels. And thanks, everyone, for joining us this week on RankEmz. We do look forward to being back next Monday with the new RankEmz list. It'll be our first 2022 RankEmz starting next week. So thanks to all of our followers. Please share our content. Follow us on all social media apps at RankEmz Podcast. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and the Snapchats. Please smash that like button. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. All links will be listed below by our producer and engineer, Smitty. Thanks to all the work he does on the back end. Thank you all again for listening. We'll be back next week. See you, Wheels. Have a good New Year. Happy 2022.
Feliz cumpleaños.
See you, bud.
Bye.